This is Bike Trails Podcast with Christina and Alan. We hope you enjoy listening. Christina, let's go over the checklist, shall we? I have here in my notes, we need to have a long distance, 76 kilometers. We need to have lots of hills, almost 800 meters of climbing. And we need to have burning temperatures up to 40 degrees. I have all that on my checklist. What about yours?
So none of the things you mentioned here should be on any checklist.
Oh, that's on the survival holiday checklist.
So this is not a survival camp, Alan. That what we are doing should be called a holiday. And yesterday it was not.
It was not. It was like a survival day.
Pure horror. It was mental strength that was needed to survive that day. And I was telling myself, it's just mental. Everything is mental. So if I tell my legs to pedal, they will pedal. But if my brain starts not working that way anymore, then I'm lost.
Yeah.
So I switched on my auto mental strength pilot, and this is how it worked yesterday, but it was not fun.
Yeah, it was entirely crazy this day. I felt like, if it was 20 degrees or 24 degrees or 25, I don't know, something like this, it would have just been fine. It would have been some hard hills, some long hills, no problem. But when it got that hot and we were doing all that climbing, oh boy, that was extra stressful. So, did we find any Michelin star restaurants today?
No.
Yesterday. No, we found a perfect one though. It's 0 Michelin stars, and it was a Netto with a table in the foyer, which was the greatest thing we had ever seen in the world.
So let's start from the beginning. We started in Regensburg, and first we went on this Donauradweg again. Mm-hmm. Now in the other direction towards home practically. And then you marked a ferry crossing.
I thought it would be romantic. You'd have like a little boat trip.
Yeah, but with ferries, it's always the thing that ferry timetables should be checked.
No, I figured if you own a boat and the only money-making opportunity is for when the boat is moving, I would think that would be a thing, right?
But with this mentality, as an American in Germany and Europe, you're just always wrong.
Failure.
So normally, timetables should be checked before putting this.
I mean, I figured it would run sometime during the day.
Thought. I mean, what bullshit is this? So,
when did it run though?
To make it short, the ferry was not going since only between 1 and 6 p.m. on sunny public holidays
Sundays
and weekends. The ferry would go.
Sundays and holidays, that's it.
And only when the weather is nice.
Yeah.
So we couldn't go over the river, so we had to go back to that train bridge, which was very interesting. And eventually we found our way up and we rode on the footwalk trail, actually, over the bridge. And then we were in Kleinprüfening, which was really cute, but I'm not so sure if the flood protection is okay there, because all of those houses are built very romantically, but I think not very safe, very close to the Danube River. So
it's very interesting because we spent the prior day riding through and around enormous earthworks that were taking place on the Donau. We didn't mention it, but we saw this temporary tower that was built just out of 4 or 5 sticks of wood, and on the top was this canvas banner, and it said, "This is how high the wall is going to be." And I don't know, what was it, 5 meters, 7 meters, something like this?
It was incredibly high.
Enormously high. It was very, very high. And in this place we rode through, there was, I don't know, some trash cans between the front of the house and the Donau. So it's completely different.
Yeah. but very romantic
Yes.
and very nice to look at and beautiful houses. And then we rode along the Schwarze Laberradweg. I've not heard about this
I have
before.
not either.
But it's very beautiful because from Regensburg, Kleinprüfening, you get on this trail and then you go along beautiful climbing rocks. It really reminded me of Dollenstein in Altmühltal, where they have all of the climbing rocks.
So people were doing this Kletter climbing, this Klettersteig, I guess you'd call it, right?
No, it's Klettern.
Klettern, yeah.
So they
Klettern.
really have their,
harnesses and ropes and
harnesses,
helmets.
and then they climb up the rocks, and we watched that a little bit. And this Schwarze Labertal Radweg was really beautiful. It was through forest areas, rocky areas, really, really beautiful. But after a couple of hours, we got really, really hungry. And in that middle of nowhere, there was nothing besides a netto.
That was really funny because we stopped and you're like, oh, I think it would be great if we get something or find someplace. So I pulled out Google Maps and like I don't know what kind of luck that we had. I said, oh, there's a netto 200 meters from here. And we're just like on a forest trail. And somehow we had to go left, right, and boom, we were on a road and, there's netto. So that was really great. We loaded up on all sorts of stuff and had like cakes for lunch.
I had a super beautiful strawberry cake
Exactly.
and some hummus salad and stuff. And we sat on the one and only table that they had and enjoyed our lunch. And for me, that felt like a 3 Michelin star restaurant.
Exactly. I wanted to say I felt much more welcome in the foyer of Netto with the woman who was working in the bakery just chatting and then that other Michelin restaurant where they were like mean to us. So, I felt after that part of the day where we had these kind of dramatic rock scenes and these forest paths we were going up and down, once we ended that, it was just more or less constant going up hills, up and down in broad farmland. I looked across the landscape and it seemed as if the earth just fell off. We were on these very tall, broad and deep hillsides, which were covered with wheat or corn. And when you looked across them, the horizon just fell away. You couldn't see anything except sky after this bend. And I felt like that was nice, but it was all of that all day. So I didn't think it was super remarkable. We've had nicer trips to look at, although it was still nice to look at. It's better than looking at, the city or something. But what I found very interesting was it was harvest time. I don't know whether this was the first day of the first week that people were starting to harvest. The farmers are harvesting the wheat or whatever, but it was really fascinating. Everyone was out there taking stuff.
Well, I didn't look so much yesterday since I was more concentrated to get up the hills, and I didn't look left or right while going up the hill. I just looked ahead of me and bent over my lenker, my handlebar, to somehow make it, because yesterday I didn't like it very much, the second part of our ride. It was
no shade.
I have to get it over with. There is no shade.
Very
it was
hot,
super hot. And even if one wanted to sit down to have a cool drink, there was no possibility because there was just nothing.
Yeah, we only passed that one netto that we went to. And then, I don't know, 50 kilometers later or something, there was a netto in Edeka across the street from each other.
Yeah.
And besides that, there was no other public place that you could buy or eat or drink anything.
All restaurants or beer gardens were closed. Probably due to Corona. There was not even a Tante Emma shop. There was nothing.
Nothing.
And I am very happy that we bought that water at the Netto, because otherwise we would have to ring at a private person's house, because I also didn't see many cemeteries yesterday.
No.
I saw one tiny little one, but this was just right after we got water at the Netto, so that wasn't any possibility. And then no cemeteries even. I mean, where do they put the dead bodies there? I don't know. So over 60 kilometers, nothing. So, so the second part was not very romantic, but then the downhill just before Neumarkt was very nice.
So that was actually quite interesting. It was a purpose-built forest bicycle path to get from this high point of the main road down into the city center, because there's really only one way to get there, and that's the main road. It's just down this very, very steep hill. And they built this bike path through the woods so you could to do this. And that was actually really nice. That was cool. I mean, we were going like 40 kilometers an hour and it was very, very fast, but it was really nice. And it brought us right down to the city. And then we crossed the city and found the downtown Altstadt area and immediately set our sights on a beer garden.
The one and only beer garden, I
Correct.
think that is
Gansbräu.
Gansbräu, yeah.
Yes.
And we had something to eat and drink, and then we checked in the hotel, which is quite nice, I must say. And yeah, now here we are. Today, the maximum temperature is going to be 36 in Neumarkt, so we really need to get going since Brombachsee and the cool water is awaiting me, dearest husband.
But it'll be there.
And I need a holiday day today, so something like this today, no, not again.
So no pacing.
My butt hurts.
Oh.
My wrists hurt.
Okay.
I cannot even do stretching right now because I have a whole body ache. I don't even know where it ends and where it starts. Because I think my ears don't hurt and my nose somehow doesn't hurt. But apart from this, I'm moving my hands right now and I can feel almost everything is not well. So I need a cool off in nice Brombachsee where I just, indulge myself in the cool, clear waters of the Kleiner
You really should have
Brombachsee.
brought your hyperbaric chamber like I brought so I can seal myself in at night and get completely restored.
Oh, so it's an super see-through hyperbaric chamber.
It is invisible and imaginary at the same time.
Oh, okay.
No, I feel good today. I'm ready to go. And we don't have a long day and it's not so much climbing and we ended late.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. We said this multiple times before. It was never true. And it's still 450. And since with our detours every day, it will probably be 500 or 530 climbing. And with the heat that I don't tolerate very well in the last days, it will be a hard day. And it's still 60 kilometers. I mean, it's not nothing.
Ah, come on.
Yeah, come on? I haven't even packed yet. I'm sitting here with my underwear. The sun is shining already.
Hey, this is a family show.
Yeah, and it's on audio. No one can see me. But I laid out everything now, so I have to get going now.
All right, we'll go. We'll spare the listeners your packing details.
Which is not so much to talk about.
I'm already packed, so, Yeah.
Okay, let's end this now because now I'm getting angry.
Oh, okay. So, great day today. Let's go out there, hit those hills, try to find the water before it gets too hot.
We should try to.
All right. Until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow.
Bye.